We can be better.
I'm so glad I started recording. Well, welcome to the Adventure Chats world. Woo!
I love the cabin.
Thank you. I wanted to
it's
not
so cozy.
start like mega build and actually like start from like the ground up. Wherever Zach went, there is tools for each of you. Shagger, be nice.
Hard. I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, brush.
Oh,
Oh, I took
I
a
guess
brush and it left me.
I guess I get cookies.
I don't think I've ever used a brush. Oh, I can brush
Here,
the
look,
dirt.
7.
I didn't know you could do that.
7.
Nothing's happening though.
That's because you have to do it. Do you not
It's
know
not
how
sus.
brushes
It's
work?
not sus. You need it
I
to
forget.
be sus.
Are brushes vanilla
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Is that the- oh, nice. I didn't. I
Don't
truly
worry,
did
don't
not
worry.
remember.
I Minecraft. I promise.
I don't. I
Okay.
promise nothing.
So for those of y'all who don't know who these three are, these are the brains and brawn pretty much behind the Apollo TV channel. These are absolutely fantastic storytellers, and I wanted to bring them into the Adventure Chats world and talk about the storytelling parts of Minecraft and how they got their start and why they're slapping each other and it's a hostile work environment.
I'm at half health.
This is perfectly peaceful work. Anyways,
I have 2.5 hearts.
I got myself. Sorry. So anyways, I'm on TV. Yeah, stories. Yeah.
He's abusive.
I'm not. No. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I didn't steal anything. Here, all your stuff is here. See, your stuff is here. There you go.
I got lost. Hold on,
Other way,
this
Frisk. There we go. They're finding their way.
And you wonder why all of our recordings take so long to start.
Yep, for context to the viewer, we were supposed to start recording 30 minutes ago. Apollo decided he didn't want to show up on time, and then we were yapping.
Running away.
Here are your cookies, Frisk. Okay, get back over here. Okay, these are usually so chill and so calm and relaxed, and then I invite you three crazy heads. So we have some options. I have some questions for you guys to go through, but we have you guys have the option of either building something in the world that represents you three, or you guys can help me with a little project that I'm working on.
Oh dear, what represents us?
A lab.
A lab? In this cozy world, in this cozy, perfect world, there's just
We find a
cold
giant
lab.
cave and we build a giant lab in it.
Does that represent all three of us?
We
I
build a
think-
wall around the
built a
containment zone wall.
I might have to have you guys back later because I do actually plan on building a lab at some point. So I might have to bring, I might have to bring you guys in.
Okay.
Well,
Well, we can.
or-
we can
No,
I'd be
or
down to
whatever you
help
guys wanna
out.
do.
Or
Yeah.
If
we
you're working on
have
something.
this little spot over here of there is a ruined village essentially, and by ruined I mean it's like actually in ruins. And there's a bunch of suspicious sand and gravel to sift through.
Oh my gosh, I can use the brush.
You can use the brush, and I wanted to rebuild this village.
Ooh. Okay,
That's wrong sand, Apollo.
Nothing's happening.
It's the wrong.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
come. I will.
Oh man.
I've gotten a lot of the gravel and stuff from this half of the village, but I just realized in the
Oh.
last chatting session that there's even more on this other side of this hill. Also, say hello to the kiwi birds. Do not murder them. They are our friends.
Hello. Oh my
I
gosh.
was like, what the hell is I was
Hello.
so confused.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he ran away from you. He
I
hates you,
want
actually.
one. Frisk, I want one.
Okay. Okay.
We'll get you one.
Maybe one day.
Oh.
Pick it up. Oh, I
Oh,
can't.
there he is. Hello.
But yeah, there's all of this section of the village to rebuild, and there's roads. I kind of like the idea of keeping the roads cobblestone. But yeah, we can work on trying to maybe find a location for a lab. I don't know where I would put a lab right now. Or we can
Under
work on
this
we could put it under the village.
secret lab. Secret.
What would you guys prefer?
I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
I
Also-
like everything and all options, but
This is
secret
suspicious.
lab.
This one right here. This one's suspicious.
Oh.
Why is that
wait.
one suspicious?
What am I getting?
See, this one's also suspicious.
Do you
Oh,
see
I
the-
die.
Do you see the difference?
Can I do it again?
away.
No, you can
Sus.
only do it
Get away
once.
from
Oh.
But do you see?
lovely.
There's another one
Ow.
right here.
It's a doggy.
Oh.
Teaching him Minecraft.
Yep. Let me actually. I have these written down somewhere. Where are they?
what do
Honestly,
you guys
though,
remember?
I feel like, I feel like for the short time we have, a lab might be
A lot.
a
I think
lot.
I
So
would love
I'm
to- I would
happy
love
to
to
It means
like
we have to
help
come
out.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys have
Exactly.
to come back. We'll have to talk about it more.
Okay.
So let's work on clearing out some of the trees then and building
Okay.
up the palette for the village because I think that's a great idea.
Sweet.
There's a thing.
Sick.
There's
a
a thing
thing.
under this.
I can clear the trees.
There
You
is
want
more
like all the
things.
trees gone?
Not all
like,
of
all
them,
really good
but
at
like the
clearing.
ones
Like,
that are
bird-
like obviously inside of a house or inside of a road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, I broke one.
Oh,
Wow,
sorry.
you can't believe
For
it.
shame. For shame to myself. But okay, to actually stay in theme here. We're gonna start out with the same question that I asked Narfi. Because I'm very interested to see if YouTube had not worked, and because I know you guys recently just went full time. At least Apollo,
Well,
I
yeah,
think you went full time.
Yeah, I'm full time. Yeah.
If YouTube would not have worked in the way that it did for you guys and for you, Apollo, what would you be doing now?
Probably Papa Murphy's. That's probably where I. No, I'm just kidding. Well, funny enough, to be honest, YouTube wasn't the plan
Really?
at all. Not really. Because I graduated from film school about a year and a half ago, so almost coming up on 2 years. And my plan was to go into making films. Like that was really it. Which I guess when you look at the channel makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of lines up. But like I had planned to go to making films. I didn't really have a plan besides that. And with the way Hollywood is now, which is a whole conversation on its own, it wasn't looking good. And I was like, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. And then I ended up working actually for another YouTuber in the middle of college, and it kind of like reinvigorated YouTube because like YouTube was always, like growing up for me, it was YouTube and film. Those
Yeah.
were the two things that I grew up watching Minecraft. I was the biggest Minecraft fan. Like that's all I watched growing up. And so, you know, it kind of felt more like a full circle moment to come back to Minecraft rather than like that was the goal. It kind of just happened where I was like working for this guy and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think I know YouTube now. Wait, can I do this? And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously I think the answer is different for Zach, but like, I don't know if you have a perspective on the question.
Let me. What was the question again? Just so I get the right context.
and I can also reframework it for you
Yeah.
and you and Frisk as well. Kind of. We'll reframework it a little bit. What was your guys' first reaction to like Apollo talking about going full time and also Apollo approaching you guys with this idea?
Well, it's. I feel like it's different for me for sure, just because I mean, I also like that's kind of where my background comes into is like we sort of went down the same paths, me and Colton, where it's like, hey, we both wanted to do film, and I was kind of in the like not so sure boat of like, okay, well, this is kind of something I'm interested in, but isn't really is it 100% the path I want to go down? No, I don't know, because I didn't end up going to college for it for that reason. I was just kind of trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And so when he got this job with this YouTuber, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like I was watching basically him from the sidelines working on this stuff, being like, oh, this is like a career. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
I've been watching YouTube for a long time. I've been a part of the YouTube community in terms of like as a viewer, but never in the creator space. And I think it definitely opened my eyes when you started that job and showed me, oh, hey, this is like a reasonable career path with actual like momentum, and like, oh, I can actually go to like my parents and say, hey, like that's a job, not like a crazy fantasy that I want to do, be like, I want to be a YouTuber. And so, yeah, that kind of set me down the path of starting to work there. And you know, that was around the time when I started that job, was when Colton came to me with the idea of being like, oh yeah, I'm really thinking of doing this channel. Because we had both moved. We were roommates. We moved to separate cities, and then he was like, "Oh, I think this would be great." And I'm like, "Oh, that'd be a cool way to also stay connected, make sure like we're still, you know, working on stuff." Because we used to do films together, so it was like, "Hey, how can we still keep working together while living, you know, in different time zones in different cities?"
Yeah.
And so it was a cool, like that was the cool moment, and I think that was always kind of our perspective going, at least from me going in, of like, okay, the goal is, you know, we're gonna have fun and we're gonna, you know, see where this takes us. But also, yeah, we wanted it. We could see the path. I think after working in the professional side of YouTube, we saw the path of it becoming full time, and so that was always from my perspective. You know, as more of like the business person, like I'm more of a business minded person, so I always went in being like, okay, here's the direction we could go to, and maybe work towards, you know, this dream of ours to actually like be self-employed and work on it. So yeah, as of now I'm not full time, but that is like the first step was getting him over that hurdle.
Yeah.
And we work towards that as a team, and you know, now it's kind of like maybe one day the channel grows to where I can join that bandwagon. But yeah,
Heck yeah.
Definitely the goal. Yeah.
What about you, Frisk?
I have a significantly less profound answer.
That's okay.
So,
I want to hear it all.
I I came in like a little bit after everything. I think it was one of like the first like, oh, everyone in our friend group, let's all get together and do a video. My only like background was I was going to college for graphic design, switched my major to electronic media like 2 weeks in because I realized every single time I got a drawing assignment I hated life. And I was like, maybe probably shouldn't make that my job if I hate doing it. So I didn't know what to do, and then I was having a moment in their old apartment, and when Nicole was like, "Hey, why don't you just do this film with us?" I just threw a bunch of stuff at me, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And we got closer through that stuff, and then when the channel like became a thing, he was like, "Hey, you want to do more random things that you've never done before?" And I'm like, "Sure." I'm very much like I'll do whatever someone throws at me, and if I suck at it, I'll hand it off to someone else, and if I do really good at it, I will hold on to it for dear life because it means a lot to me. And it does not take a lot for something to start to mean a lot to me. And in this case, this was something that I like. Started to believe in like very quickly. Like I've always thought that Colton was like a really amazing like content creator. Like he would show me videos that he was making like way back, like 2022, 2021. And I always thought they were super cool, and I'd always give like, oh, if this, maybe this could be conveyed this way, or like little things. But I always like, I don't know. He was very inspiring. And now I'm here just trying to help kind of elevate that dream a little bit, or in whatever ways that I'm requested to do so, or however I can. I don't know, to me, it's not like super profound. I just want to help my friend, but
I think there is also like in that there is a level of like that is still profound, because there's a lot of people who wouldn't like dedicate time like you three do to something that before wasn't even a full-time job or was just a prospect of a dream. And the fact that you guys were all willing to like jump in with Apollo and help is whether or not the reason is a long-winded reason or what you may feel is profound. I still feel like it is still an incredible show of y'all's friendship and like going to bat for each other and like being there for each other. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just really lucky to have found these guys. Obviously, like, I mean, I've known Zach since we were in grade school, so me and him go back for almost like a decade now. But I mean, probably most of our, like, I've known Zach for most of my time on this earth. So, like, that's kind of funny to think about. Like, the majority of my time here, I've known him than, you know, the latter. So
it is surprising a lot of the time when, you know, I bring that up and it's like, oh yeah, I guess that's like honestly, some people might not see that as being normal of like, oh yeah, like a friendship has lasted this long and also like yielded more than just like the fact that we've worked so well together throughout, you know, not just obviously YouTube, but also film, and it just kind of all the puzzle pieces sort of fit. Whereas like a lot of the time, you know, when um we started working together, it was like, oh, okay, like all my interests kind of align with your pitfalls, you know, like the things that you don't like to do, I love to do. So it's perfect of like a, you know, balance. And I guess to be fair, I feel like we haven't properly introduced ourselves in the sense to like your audience. Because obviously people might know Apollo, but I
Yeah.
definitely don't think people know what I or Frisk do. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
we could,
let's go there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Both of you, well, all three of you
'cause I feel like
introduce
some of this would
yourselves.
make more sense, just from like a context perspective. Because,
Yeah.
for example, I'm obviously like we've talked about, I'm Colton's friend, but also for Apollo, I'm mainly the channel producer or channel manager slash content producer. So I will do a lot of the back end administrative stuff with Colton, and then I will also be, you know, most of the videos that we make, I'm behind the production of them. So I make all the servers, I do all of the data packs. I used to do builds. Thank God I don't. Well, I wish I could do more builds, but thank God we have friends who also build, so I, you know, can spare some extra time and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of where I sort of fit into things. Like I feel like very attached at the hip to this project since the start, and it's just kind of been, you know, it's just been the process, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
I am mostly the community manager, so I help run the Discord. I help moderate and make sure everyone's being normal human beings. I don't know how else to describe anything else I do
mean,
because I'm
I
nervous
wouldn't-
and I don't
I
want to
wouldn't just
over-delegate
say-
myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't just say you moderate, because you also manage our team of moderators.
Yeah.
So on top of being community manager and looking after our community, you're also an admin who, you know, manages our moderation team, and also artists. You do a lot of our art for us, skins. I
Yeah,
feel like the
all
list
of the
can
skins.
go on. Yeah.
It goes on, but there's a lot of different things that you have your like hand in. Kind of, the funny thing is like that kind of goes for both Zach and Frisk. Like, I rely on both so much, and I love them both so much because they're also such like talented people in so many things. And so something that like I definitely was like just saw really quickly is like there's certain things I love to do, and I'm very broad thinking. Like I try and think of like the big scope of something.
Yeah.
Whereas both Frisk and Zach are very detail oriented people. They look at the details and the specifics of things, and so yeah, they have their hands in a lot of different things. So yeah.
Yeah, I love
Jacks of
that.
all trades.
And then if y'all don't know, obviously Apollo, the face of the Apollo TV channel, essentially, and the
Hello.
I would say mastermind behind the incredible stories that you guys are creating.
Thank you. Yeah, I
And-
mean, I just yeah.
Yeah, like
Try.
I mentioned this with Narfi about him, System Z, and Fundy, about how I feel like they have had a huge influential part on changing the Minecraft space as it is when it comes to like custom content and like thumbnail styles and like just the way that people approach Minecraft content. But when it comes to like storytelling, I feel like you guys have become pioneers in your space for the kind of storytelling that you guys are doing and the level of professionalism, and just like it's setting a higher bar for what we can do with Minecraft stories.
Yeah, I mean, when I came to this kind of like realization like a year ago, when I really, because like the first year, as I always talk about, was kind of me just figuring it out and doing. I kind of dipped my toe in like a lot of different styles because I was just like, I'm gonna do YouTube, so I did a lot of different things, and then I kind of had this conversation with Zach and Frisk and my mom, and I was like, I did a story video and it did pretty well. And I remember sitting there, and this was kind of a time period where the channel wasn't doing that well. It was doing okay, and I was like, I don't know if like this just isn't working. Like, it's a year later, I'm like, this isn't really going anywhere, and maybe this just isn't for me. And a couple conversations led me to this point of being like, and my mom was like, why don't you just like do what you do, but in Minecraft? Like, why can't you combine the two? Because people
Yeah.
already do that in certain ways anyway. Why don't do it your way? And that like clicked for me. I made a video talking about that. And then the next video was the storytelling one I did, and it blew up. And it was the first
That's-
medieval one I did.
That's fantastic.
And so I then wrote out the whole story from there and realized what I wanted to do with the channel. And I kind of like, what really helped too is like, that time frame wasn't just the realization of, oh, I'm just gonna make stories. It was also the realization of like, I always made films for a theme or a reason or something I wanted to say very personally.
Yeah.
And then I realized I could do that with YouTube. And I realized I was like, if I have a mission that I'm trying to get to and a message I'm trying to spread with the channel, it feels like I have something like an objective. And also it feels like I'm not just doing it to do it. It feels like there's a way I can give back, which is why I've always loved film. I've loved leaving a theater and having to think about something deeper and coming to realizations about something, or whatever the case is. And I was like, I want to do that with this. So
That's so cool. I love
yeah.
that. Also, I'll throw this out here because I realize I found myself just kind of doing the Minecraft bouncing and jumping walk while doing things.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to focus on maybe making each of your own little houses in the village, like taking one of the
Ooh,
ruined spots
yeah.
and making it like Apollo's house and Frisk's house and Zach's house?
I love
and
that idea.
I'm currently trying to find my materials because I'm realizing how
I was,
poor I
yeah,
am.
I was starting to rebuild some of the pathways.
Let me kick my
Love
cat
it.
out.
I'm definitely gonna make. I love. We hear like the bunt of the cat flying through the air. Donk.
Okay, back to business. There we go. But I had another question that I just thought of, and I can't even think about it. Okay, I'm trying to framework my brain here. Brain is going a million miles a minute and getting excited. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about what goes into, like, from each of your perspectives, what goes into doing something like this. Like, even not necessarily, I don't even want to say that the Apollo TV channel is a hobby, because it's like, it's really not. It's a full scale production. So like, from each of you, what does it feel like putting like what brain space do you guys have to be in, and like that kind of effort into something like that? Because something Nerfy and I talked about extensively was a lot of people don't sometimes realize how much work and effort goes into something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I kind of want to hear y'all's perspective on that a little bit.
I was gonna say, I don't know, Zach. I feel like it'd be cool for you to kick it off, because I'll kind of start with this part of it, and then we can go into like story stuff later. But like, one thing that is really especially critical about like, and I'm just always so thankful I get the opportunity to work with my friends on these projects that are also just insanely talented people. It's like they're my best friends, and they're also the most talented people on the earth. And it's like, I don't know how I got that lucky, because I always love this quote from a director. I forget which director talked about it, but like, I'm a film nut, so I listen to a lot of stuff. And one of them was like, part of being a good director is finding people better than you
Yeah.
in things that you don't do, and things you even do, but they're just better at you. And that's what I like. I try and surround myself as much as possible with people who are better than me at things. And that's how I felt about Zach and Frisk, is like just their brains and their technical, especially Zach's like technical brain around things, because as maybe you guys could gather, I'm not very good at Minecraft. I don't really know a lot about Minecraft, to be honest. Like, I grew up with it, but I was the kid who would go into creative mode and open a world and then just make a theme park. And then people were like, do you play survival? And I'd be like, what's that? Like, I just wasn't. And I literally was building maps that I would then invite my friends to come play. So I would build like adventure maps and be like, hey, Yuri's going to come play. And I'm also going to like torture you guys in the map for a bit. Upon retrospect, things are kind of lining up a little bit with how we got here.
So nothing's changed is what I'm hearing.
Nothing has changed. But Zach has always been really technical minded and also very knowledgeable about Minecraft, and also just good at Minecraft. And so when we both were talking about it, kind of just organically from the film world, it felt such an organic like transition to Minecraft. It felt like almost seamless, of like, we're doing films together, oh yeah, we're doing Minecraft like films together now. And the technical aspect that he puts into, especially videos like Hotel and all the trapping videos we've done, a lot of those are like from my brain, and then he really actually comes in and make them happen. I was gonna say
Yeah.
a long kickoff, but yeah.
Yeah.
Very much like produce. Once again, that's very much a lead into what like a producer just does in general. Is it's a lot of hey, now that you've brought out something that like an idea, how do we actually execute? How do we actually turn this around and make something cool out of it? And so yeah, I mean, a lot of Apollo is us sitting down, being like, okay, how do we do this in Minecraft? How do we get your vision to a place where it's actually like doable, um and so yeah, a lot of like yeah, Hotel for example, as I've been learning, I picked up data packs going into working on I think Containment was really the first one where I like fully delved deep into it.
Yeah.
And that was like definitely a learning experience. Like I'm not I don't have a history in modding per se. But I do have a history in like game design. I used to take some game design courses, and I've learned like the Unity game engine, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I can maybe adapt some of these ideas into or yeah, like these same concepts of like designing a game and turning around and actually like, okay, now we're trying to basically do the same thing. When we started framing it in the way of, okay, we're trapping YouTubers, it was okay, how can we now we're just kind of doing game design, and we're just doing like basic, okay, we need the players to have a gameplay loop, we need to have we need to make sure that there is like content for them to do, because obviously once again those kind of videos are not super I guess like structured in the sense of like, oh, we're just doing a recording and you just go do this thing. It's like, okay, we're mostly just saying, hey, here's a scenario, go wild. And so that often makes it really hard on my part, because then I have to sit there and be like, okay, well, how do we make sure that they don't actually do how do we make sure they do what we want them to do?
And don't
Funny
fully
enough,
break it.
I will say this, we're actually kind of going through like a bit of a transition right now of changing kind
True.
of how we do those videos, which is gonna be fun. It's not gonna make them worse by any means. In fact, it'll probably make them a lot better. But we're going through a little bit of transition. We're doing some cool stuff. So
Heck
yeah.
yeah.
I had something else, but I'm brain is I mean like yeah, I think just I guess to like scale back from just what I do, but it's like the total scope of the work that I feel like goes into these videos is a lot of times understated, in the sense that like, yeah, Hotel was a massive video and I'm really glad that it did well, but I kind of needed it to do well because it was hundreds of hours, both from myself, both from like our friends. A lot of the builds were all custom. Like these videos have, from the start, I've always had like a very hey, how can we break Minecraft in how can we make just Minecraft just different, better, something people haven't seen before. I mean, the first one I can think of is when we did actually the first ever YouTuber collab that we did was with Narfi.
Yeah.
And that was the Greatest Fears video, and that was my first foyer into building a custom map. I mean, I've once again did it when I was a kid, but like actually executing on this idea, and because I've like, outside of obviously the game design and game dev experience, or like in school experience, I've also have some game dev experience in the real world, because I did for a year and a half. I was on the build team for Windcraft. I don't know if you know that server.
Oh yeah, I know Windcraft. I didn't know you worked with them. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of where that's honestly, I feel like what I would consider my first step into like the Minecraft community, outside of just being like a fan. And so that also taught me a lot about like, oh, how do we design a map around player interactions, and how do we make sure that players and their like they had their own scripting language, which is very similar to data packs today.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's a lot of concepts I learned from that. But yeah, I could keep rambling forever, so I should cut myself off.
Hey, that's what this is for. It's to ramble and to kind of think about it and kind of get your brain moving, because that's what these have been for me, is just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and talk and ramble and go off on whatever tangent I want to go off on about whatever. Like I'm feeling through that week or that day and just that process. But Frisk, I want
Hi.
to pick your brain a little bit about this. Is this something that you saw yourself doing, since you weren't necessarily in film school or like in the like the YouTube space necessarily? Is this something that you saw yourself doing?
To be honest, I have had no clue what I want to do with my life for most of my life.
Fair.
Ooh, sorry. I'm good. This is really cool. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I think I've only ever had like one genuine like media hyperfixation for most of my life. I think aside from Pokemon, but that one kind of like died off after a while. But it's been Minecraft. So this is really like weird. Not like weird, but like
Surreal.
I didn't think
Surreal, yeah.
I didn't think when I was like 9 and like first annoying the ever-loving crap out of my cousin playing Minecraft, like I would I would take my aunt's iPad for like hours and hours and hours, and I used to spend like a week or so in my aunt's house like during the summer, but my cousin would go to the summer camp during the day too, so when he was off doing that, I was just playing Minecraft the whole time. And he got so sick of it. I'm actually pretty sure he really doesn't like Minecraft anymore because of it. Just because I was so obsessed. But so just being able to like do the things that kid me just like always did. Like I was the same way. Like I never really like sat down and played survival. Like I was always scared. Like I didn't want to die to the zombies, and like the creepers were really scary, and I hated getting shot by skeletons, and like so I always just would go on my creative world and just build random crap. It was always just giant like wool towers because I thought the colors were pretty.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this is just really like cool, like being able to just do that. And like one thing that I've always wanted to do, I suppose, is like I've just always liked entertaining people. I've tried streaming a couple of times, like in different batches throughout my life, but my internet is always so bad, so the bit rates are always really bad, and I always like get self-conscious because I'm like, oh, the quality's not good. I don't know if people are gonna like want to stick around for that. But I've always liked entertaining people. Like I love being able to make my friends laugh. Like that's something that I hold very high value in. I started liking voice acting for a while, so like this has also been letting me do that as well.
Yeah.
So it just kind of feels like I get a chance to put my hands in everything I have ever had like any interest in, which is really cool. Like again, had they mentioned the art stuff, like sometimes I get really demotivated, and sometimes like I can't draw for periods of time. Like I'll pick up my pencil and I'll stare at the canvas for like an hour or more.
Yeah.
So being able to like even just help concept things has been really nice, because it's like I still get to help contribute in like the skills that I have, but I don't need to put all the weight on myself. That's been nice. And like organizing the Discord is like just satisfying, which is really funny. It's just like making sure everything's running smoothly. It's just really satisfying to me, like being able to organize stuff. And we recently started moving like story files over to Milanote, and I love moving things
fantastic.
around and making it shiny.
It's so nice. I love Milanote.
Yeah, it's been fun learning that as well, and like, oh, how can we organize this so that it's like easier to access this information when we need it for like a story beat later on. Like that stuff's been really like nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I didn't know what I thought I was gonna be doing. It was not this, but I'm really happy that it's this.
I love that. That's fantastic. I love hearing that. And it seems like kind of from what you guys have explained, you both, so Frisk and Zach, you kind of both do the job that like I've been doing for an RV for a little bit, where it comes to like graphics and management and that sort of thing. Which is kind of really cool to see how it works in a channel that's very, very different from the Narfi space or like the custom creation space. Like custom modded creation, I should say, because the experiences that you guys create are absolutely freaking incredible. And I will sing y'all's praises to the rooftops until I die.
Appreciate it.
But I do have to ask you, all three of you, to pick a favorite child. Which is your favorite video you've done?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go first. 'Cause I'm gonna ramble.
I mean, it's hard for me because I think there's a favorite. I don't know. I think I'd probably put this into two categories because I think I would say like I really loved medieval. We just call them medieval 1 and medieval 2. But I mean, they were our first like foyer into like they were the first success story. I feel like out of the new batch of videos where it's like, oh, we're going to this narrative storytelling because it was the first one we ever tried. Like Colton was mentioning, like it was a kind of a Hail Mary, like, hey, this is what we think might work. This is what we want to do. So let's just try it and hope it works because this is what we actually want to do. Because right now the videos we're doing we're not enjoying.
Yeah.
And so I think that it went to, the what is it called now? Deadliest World.
Deadliest World.
Deadliest World. And that one, that out of the gate at the time we were like, yeah, the videos were doing 1,000 views here or there. That video did like 10,000 views out of the gate, and it was the biggest like in the last like 5 months of uploading. It was the biggest thing we'd had, and we're like, oh my god, wait, our gamble, our like random 3 a.m. idea actually was right. That's crazy.
It was so random too. It was literally just like
Yeah.
I played a horror mod pack and I was like, I'm gonna throw my friends into this and we're gonna try and survive. So basically, the funny thing about that video, I had just got done watching Naked and Afraid.
Oh my god.
I was like, I watched that and I was like, okay, what if I did like a spoof of it, but I did like a horror mod pack and I did like a story time and I had all my friends and we had to do the same concept kind of, where it's like all of us, it's one video, it's one go, and we're like, no chat, no, well, we had armor, but basically the main concepts of that, which was just no chat, and then if you die, like we don't know, and they're just like, we have no idea who lived and died. So yeah, literally just random.
But yeah, that video like kind of popped off. I'm like, okay, hey, there's a world for this, and we're like, okay, sick. So let's try again. And we put our full everything into it because once like now that we saw it was working, we're gonna like double down. And I think that turned into medieval, and it I think was the first video to hit like 100K since the second, because the second ever video we ever posted was like massive. It wasn't second, it was third. The third video we'd ever posted was a massive, 250,000 views. And we're like, okay, that's crazy. Oh, but we never hit that again. And so that was, I think, Medieval was the first one that really like showed us, hey, like you're not just held down to this one series, this one concept, which was, once again, that was the confirmation we needed to just completely change everything. And that was, I love the stories of those. I love that was just kind of the raw, like us just being friends and turned it into a story. But yeah, I'd say like that is like at my heart my favorite, but also I think in general what has to be my favorite is Hotel, just because of the amount of work I put into that. Like the amount of work that went into Hotel was, I never knew that I could do something like that in Minecraft, and like it was a big gamble for me in the sense of like I have no clue what I'm doing. It was my proving grounds, I think. It was I learned a lot from the last video. Now I'm gonna put it all into practice and like double down. And I think that really, I'm really glad it paid off.
That's fantastic. I love that. Yeah, I'll have to go back. I don't think I've seen some of the first videos. I think my first exposure, I was literally just talking to Arfi about this because I'm like, yeah, I get to kind of interview the Apollo crew, and I'm so excited. Was Greatest Fears. That was like my first
Okay, yeah.
introduction, and then I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
been hooked every time there's a video I watch it. Like literally, it's become date nights for me and my partner. Like it's fantastic.
That's so cool to hear. It's really, you know what's funny? One of the audiences that I have come across is, all right, just reading the comments, and it's been more than a few. Like I've read it like several times. Is like couples getting together for like a date night and like talking about how like I got a comment the other day being like, yeah, me and my husband sit and like watch the like we have like a date night watching the Apollo videos, and I'm like, what?
I love
I'm like,
that.
a million years, I'm like, I would have never thought, which is also cool that we like, I do like the fact that like, I feel like the videos appeal to like older audiences too, which I love, because I'm like, I don't really hide away from the mature stuff that and definitely the mature themes, which people will find out in the newest video coming out. So
I think
Well,
this
I mean,
is
we
going
also-
out next Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, the latest video will have already dropped.
Yeah, it
It'll
should
be
be
out.
Yep.
cool.
No, and I think that's all. The friend thing or the maturity thing was also something that we went into early on, being like, yeah, like we don't want to stray away from like trying to be mature, but it's also like it's the balance of we do want it to be advertiser friendly, whatnot. We're trying to do that more, but you know, we're still like we're not trying to make kids content. We're not because I mean that's. In terms of YouTube, like, hey, the channel that you know both Colt and I work for is very kids oriented, which is like fine. It's fine.
You're telling me we're not on YouTube Kids?
I know, right?
That's so
but it's
crazy.
like it's fine, but it's one of those things that like it got fatiguing. You're like, oh, this could just be more if we just put some more, you know, like
Yeah,
at a
put more
certain point
into
you don't
it.
have to put a ton into it when it comes to like if you're really catering towards
Well,
kids
also,
content.
I feel like, and not to get too off topic, but like I definitely, as people have pointed out, it's like the content is definitely a hodgepodge. Like, obviously, I think this kind of creates the uniqueness of it, but of like my style or whatever. But it's a hodgepodge of things I watched when I growing up. So it's like there's definitely this hint of like Maya Knight or like Captain Sparkles or like I know some people have talked about like you know, different roleplay things like the you know we watched growing up, and I remember watching growing up. So it's definitely an homage to a
Maya
lot
Knight
of those
shout
too.
out.
Massive Maya
Maya
shout
Knight.
out. Anyways,
That's so fun.
Frisk, what's your answer?
Favorite video.
I'm gonna be so real. I was so much on everyone else's answer. I couldn't remember what the question was.
Yeah.
Beans. Because like most of the stuff that like I was involved in was like I was either in the video or like some part of it. I'm gonna be honest. I really liked both the one that we just did and Pillager. I think it's just because I got to like act so different.
Pillager
Yeah.
is so fun. I love watching Pillager.
You know what's funny? That one I wasn't sure about when I made that one. Like I didn't feel as strong about it, but audiences really connected with that one, which I just love because it's very like just fun time, like just us being goofy
Yeah.
filters. So that's fun.
Very ADHD, like, oh Jesus, what's happening for
my
a good
gosh.
chunk of it.
I picked the most ADHD combo of people to do that video, and like that comment in the video of me being like, "You ADHD guys." That was me being.
That was pure frustration.
It was actually me overstimulated. I was overstimulated. I will fully admit, and I was like, I'm gonna go take a second, and we'll get back into it. So this one, though.
Yeah. No, honestly. And for those of y'all who are watching this, and if you've not gone and already seen the video that went out the previous Saturday, so December 13th is when it got posted, go watch it because it's freaking incredible. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in it, because it's genuinely coming out of that recording. I had to take a second and be like, holy crap, that was all just in Minecraft.
I was gonna say I don't know if Frizz have anything else.
I like doing things that are different and fun, and I also really liked building in hotel, and I liked well, I was absolutely terrified for like actually talking to any of the creators in the hotel. Funny enough, I think Narfi was like my anchor in the one scene that I did, because I was like, I know you, I know you, I can talk, I can kind of talk to you. It's okay. And then like I didn't even realize that he had called me by name later on in the video, because like we didn't give me a name, like I was just me, but he actually like wrote in a book later on like, oh, Frisk this, and I was like, oh, you actually like acknowledged that was me as a person. Okay, wait, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that was like a fun experience. I've never like, well, I guess aside from containment, never like had that, oh my god, performance anxiety. Oh god, I don't know what's happening. I hope I do well.
Yeah. That's
cool.
but like I relate to that so much. Genuinely. Like being in the space and like honestly, the first recording that Apollo y'all invited me to was like, oh my gosh, I get to work with them. That's so cool. Like, and it's just like, I still geek out whenever I get an invite. It was just like, yes, I get to play with voice acting. And like, I think
That's awesome.
something you mentioned, Frisk, was being able to tap into a bunch of different things that I never thought I'd get the opportunity to is
Yeah.
like, I never thought I would do voice acting as much as I've been able to do voice acting for like stuff for you guys. And it's been so much fun. Like, it's,
Oh my gosh, I love
like
that.
it's like,
I
man,
love-
if YouTube doesn't work, I want to go into voice acting. Like,
if there's anything that I get the most enjoyment out of the channel, it's putting both my friends and other creators in situations that no one would have thought of. Like both for them, but also just like as an audience member, I get excited at being like, oh, what cool character or scenario did they get playing? Because it's like a chance for like the audiences to see you guys in a different light.
Yeah.
Like I love that, and it's so neat. And it to me, my goal is always to be like, it's less of like, look at this person here. They make funny joke. All right, bye-bye. Like it's more of like, hey, like you're gonna experience this creator, this person in a different light, and you're gonna be able to
Yeah.
come out of it having a whole new experience with them, and maybe a whole new like appreciation for that person that you didn't have before. And you're like, wow, I never really
Yeah.
thought about it in that way, or I never thought about that person in this way, and it's really cool that I get to see that outside of
love
that
that.
person's probably normal content. Speaking of segueing back into like normal videos. Okay, so my favorite, which seems to always happen, which I guess is a good feeling. I'm gonna go first to the main one, which is Hotel.
Yeah.
For all the reasons that Zach stated, it was the one we hyped up the most. I wrote that one for a while. I mean, it was literally one of my dream videos. Like, also, not to mention, I watched all those creators. Like, everyone in that
Yeah.
video
Yeah.
are the creators I watched, and it was like
that was the
yeah.
first time where we had actually been like, oh, we could just reach out to some people and just see what happens. And
Yeah.
the fact that like I think that was the big oh shoot moment of oh wait, we're like, you know, people have seen our stuff. Like people like, you know, some of the people we reached out to have been like, oh yeah, I've seen your stuff. Like, you know, I've seen this on the YouTube page or whatnot. It's like that was the biggest like, okay, whoa, this is maybe bigger than we even thought it was kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Well, the funny thing is, some of the people in that video reached out to me first. Like, for example, Speed. Like, Speed still
Yeah.
reached out to me first. Like, he
Speed
just reached out to
joined
me.
our Discord.
It was like, yo.
Yeah.
It was like, yo. And we just like yapped for a bit, and then he was in that video. But I will have to say, and this again happens, but I do really feel this way about this one. Is the newest one that is out, I guess, at the time of this video coming out, Medieval. I don't know if the title's changed by then. Hopefully not. I have the title locked in, and it's cool. I'm not gonna say it here, but
No, just keep it a surprise.
if I hope it's not changed because I think it's a cool title and it's very fun. But it's my favorite. I wrapped it up yesterday, and I rewatched like most of it, and I just don't know how to describe it. To me, it feels like the culmination of not just the past 2 years of Apollo, but of my work thus far.
yeah.
That's what I felt leaving it, and I felt like I had like this is the culmination. And I hope people get that vibe from it, and I hope people appreciate it's a huge finale. Like it is the finale to the year. Like not of the channel,
Yeah.
of the year. Apollo's not ending.
Not yet.
Not yet. It will one day. So,
Unasanas.
yeah, Unasanas, it will end. This will not deleted, but it will end. No, I'm extremely proud of that video, and it's I just put my heart and soul into it, and I think the storytelling, I think the voice acting, like Nature's voice acting in this video, oh my gosh. There's a scene in this
True,
video.
if you're not gonna check out the video, just go check it out for Nature's voice acting.
Go check out Nature's voice acting at the 55-minute mark. Just go to the 55-minute mark and watch that scene, and that is my favorite scene I've ever done.
Oh,
Ever.
I love that.
It's the best thing. It's the best thing I've ever made, and it's horrifying, and I love it.
Okay,
And
so
it
here's
sets up-
well, no, here's the bad thing. This will be the second time then that I've traumatized a creator that I work with because Lagundo had me do voice acting for vampires.
Yeah.
For a vampires moment, and he's like, that still haunts me to this day.
Oh gosh. Nature, I can't wait for you to see that scene. I can't wait.
so
I've showed a couple people. I actually, it's funny because like I showed this was funny. I showed my girlfriend the scene, and she was like, basically, we were like, she like watches some stuff. She's like, that's really cool, really cool. I'm like showing the scene. I turn around and her face, her jaw is dropped, and her eyes are like, what? Like, what is this? And I'm like, this is the scene. She was like, this is so different in the best way, but like it was very cool to see the reaction of like, whoa, like this is different. So that's a good one, but it's a cool video. I'm excited. Also, everyone in this call is in that video, and they're all really good. Like everyone's so good in this video. So,
I will say, out of all of the Apollo videos I've seen, Frisk, your character in this one might be my favorite. And it's like a really close second to B13.
It's probably my favorite.
Love it so much. Like, I feel like I can't say there's anything better than B13 because B13 was my first like experience in
It's
the Apollo
B13,
space. But then Frisk's character in this one was just so good.
I felt like everyone's character in this one just worked so well dynamically off of each other, which that's another reason why this video works so well in my opinion. And like, I will say, like, I'm gonna hype you up. Nature is the heart of the video.
Aww.
She is the heart and soul of the video, and I just can't wait for to see it for that. Like, the heart of the video is through her and the group of friends and us together. But like, man, it's a really special one. It's a really special one.
Thank you.
So yeah.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. But what we'll do here is since we've almost been rambling for an hour, which is insane.
No.
No, it's not over yet.
Well, I think this is due in for probably a part 2. I'm gonna be
Definitely.
so
Ayo.
honest.
For sure, yeah. Honestly, it would be cool to potentially have some questions. Like we could do like a little questions from this comment section.
Yeah.
Use
So
it for the next
let's do
one.
that. Where are you guys up? Let's huddle up here. We'll huddle up outside of
okay.
Frisk's
Bring it
shop.
back.
Hello, Frisk.
Because I have a I should leave a sign here because I've chosen this as where I'm building the house,
Yes.
but I need to leave a sign.
And
Because I was
Apollo.
too
Found a
busy
lucky
working. I
sign.
was cleaning.
I
was
liked
cleaning.
that
I got in
tree,
the zone.
Apollo.
Come in or not.
I really was expecting you to explode in front of me. Bless you.
No,
Sorry, I have a bad cough, but it's like
You're
not
good.
a cough. It's like a.
You just make sure, just
There we
pretend
go.
that didn't, pretend that happened. Now we cut back. Now we're here. Now we're here. Yeah,
This is not an Apollo video.
Yeah, I'm coming in hot.
Yep. And there it is.
Hey.
And now he's gonna be in the woods by my
Wow.
house, and where it's gonna take him forever to walk back over here.
All right, I'm gonna steal everything.
Gravestone. I'm gonna
Hey, no,
I'm a
my
thief.
house.
I'm a thief. What
I
can I
just-
say?
You're not Lloyd.
No, I was joking. It was a joke. It was a joke. I didn't even walk into the house. I just admired it from afar and kept going.
Yeah, the shovel.
There he
the
is.
shovel.
There's the TV head. You guys
Oh my God.
just looting Apollo's body.
No.
There's considerably less loot here than when I walked
Oh
away.
my
No.
god.
It's
most of it.
Okay.
Most of it is
Every
there.
single time. Every single time. You think I'm the abusive one. That's funny.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, you three.
that
No
from
fighting.
the
No
script.
fighting at the end of the set. Come on. Get it together. You've been so nice to each other for an hour.
Yeah, we're at our limits.
It's all a facade.
But thank you all for joining me for a yap session, and we're doing a part 2 because there's so many more questions I
Yeah.
want to ask you guys, but I also don't want to drop a 4-hour-long video on my channel unannounced.
Yeah.
So you guys will be back. I want you guys back because I want
Definitely.
to
Of
pick your brain
course.
apart with all of
This was fun, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, there's so
y'all
much.
leave questions down in the comments. I will be going back no matter how long it is until these guys are back. I will be going back into this video and grabbing comments because and we will you know what? Next time Apollo will give you Minecraft lessons.
Yeah, we'll teach them
Can I have a
some new
training arc?
Minecraft
Can I
things.
have a Minecraft training
you will have
arc?
a
Let's
Minecraft
go.
training arc. We're gonna
Let's
throw you in
go.
hardcore.
Can we
mean,
make
that's my
him
normal
a
day, yeah.
mod that's just a tutorial book? Can we do that?
Oh my gosh. No, but thank you all for coming and for
Yeah, of
yapping with
course.
me and helping uncover more of the story segue of this village.
Yeah.
Yippee!
Yippee.
All right,
We're
like
gonna
and
have so much fun. Thank you.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Like and
subscribe.
Yeah.
Like and
Where's the-
subscribe.
look, like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
Look at
I'm-
this guy.